So I sprinted home slash drove like a fast and furious maniac home from work today so I could make this video because the news today is so exciting. We got the roadmap for Battlefield 5 all the way up till fall, and my god, is it everything I asked for. I know I just posted a video yesterday, and this is a strange thing to do. I don't normally do this, but the news was so big that I felt like I had to make a video. It's got me extremely excited. Thank you, DICE developers, for blessing us with this news, and I just look forward to experiencing all the wonderful things in this roadmap. So I barely edited this. Like I said, I'm sprinting home from work, and I'm throwing this together as terribly as possible. So let's look at the first little block of information. So we have Trial by Fire. Obviously, we know we're getting Firestorm. We're also getting Combined Arms back with some new missions. It's been reworked. It has matchmaking now. All that good stuff that was missing initially. Probably still not going to play a lot of it. But anyway, we do get a new map in May called Mercury. Now, this is based off of Operation Mercury, where the Germans attacked Greece. The German attack on Greece is quite an overlooked part of the war, mostly because there were a lot of things going on. Obviously, it is a world war, but the morale hit that the Allied forces took with the fall of Greece, not to be understated. At the end of Chapter 3, we get Outpost, which is a new mode that we don't really know a lot about, so I don't even know what to speculate on. Some people are saying it might be like a PvE type of thing, similar to Combined Arms, but different. I don't really know, so, none of us really know. Anyway, the real important one, there's actually, the last two are more important, more so than the first one, and that's Chapter 4. I'm going to break these down into each of these separate blocks we have here. So the first one is Up Close and Personal. This has new maps. Maps with an S, it's plural maps. We're getting multiple maps. Now, it could be 2 maps, it could be 5 maps. I doubt it's 5 maps. It would be great if it was 5 maps. It's not going to be 5 maps. So I'm pretty excited for that. The modes, meh. Obviously, we don't know what they are, so I can't really say meh, I guess. But can't wait to see what those hold in them. Apparently, Chapter 4 is going to be shown off a little bit at EA Play, which will be nice. Now, the second block here is Merida. That's a new map. It looks like it has that southern France fall setting that we saw in the Tyrolors war story, which could be a very interesting setting. I did really like that war story and the unique setting it had. I do wish they would make that one map, one of the missions that has the big line of anti-tank columns and the machine gun nest at the top. I really wish they would make that a multiplayer map. This doesn't appear to be it, as I feel like that would have been the artwork, but doesn't matter. Super excited for it. Really digging what DICE has for us here. And finally, we have Urban Combat, which is a blurred out thing we have here. You can barely make out what it is. I see a lot of, if you look through the blur a little bit and make things up with your head, you can see these not perpendicular, would that be perpendicular columns where they're crossing? I don't know, someone tell me in the comments. Where they're crossing, it looks maybe like could be a train station of sorts, or maybe I mean, it's urban combat, so it's definitely in a city, so it could be just any random building, but almost guaranteed this is a remake or a remaster of a previous map. Some people speculated maybe Metro, maybe Amiens from BF1. That was a fan favorite. There's any number of maps they can choose from. There's lots of urban combat settings in Battlefield. So really excited to see what that one could be. So let's move on to Chapter 5. This one is the one that I've been waiting for. This is the one that has me so excited. This is the one that's blowing my mind out of the sky, the land, heaven. I can't even talk right. I don't make any sense. But anyway, this last one, Chapter 5, comes in the fall of 2019 and is called Awakening the Giant. Now, if you don't know much about World War II, I'm assuming a lot of you do, but if you don't know in more detail what happened, Admiral Yamamoto of the Japanese Imperial Navy, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, said, "I fear that all we have done is awaken a sleeping giant with great resolve." I don't know if that's the exact quote. I'm too lazy to pull it up. Like I said, I'm throwing this together like a psychopath right now, but that's basically what he said. You can Google it. It was pretty powerful stuff, and that basically is a dead giveaway that we are getting the Pacific Theater. And wow, is the Pacific Theater perfect for a battlefield setting. We've seen it numerous times before. I love the Pacific. Air, land, and sea. It is going to be epic. All the new opportunities for gameplay. I really cannot wait for this. I cannot wait. Just seeing it on the new Frostbite engine, a completely fresh environment that we have not had in a long time. Just that tropical Pacific. I'm really excited to see what battles they feature. I'm assuming if they're going for early war, you could go with the Battle of the Coral Sea. That one's not covered very much, especially in gaming. It was a massive sea battle between the Imperial Japanese Navy and the United States Navy. Most famously, the USS Hornet was sunk, and it would be an interesting battle. The artwork that's blurred out in the background, if you go to Flakfire's Twitter, he shows what the artwork actually is, and it looks like a U.S. carrier getting hit with a bomb, and that's what made me think it could be the Coral Sea, but you never know. It could be the Yorktown at the Battle of Midway, which is another famous one. I've mentioned that in previous videos as well. I feel like Midway is much more likely because you can have a land combat section as well as sea and air. And I would love to see the carriers come into play as sort of a home base you have to protect, because the importance of aircraft carriers in World War II and the Pacific Theater cannot be understated. Whoever had the more carriers won the war, and that's why Midway swings the war so far towards the Americans, because the Japanese do lose, I believe, 4 of their 6 carriers. I could be wrong on the numbers. They might have lost 6 of them, but I know they lost at least 4 in the battle, whereas the Americans only lost the USS Yorktown. That could be the one featured in the artwork here. Anyway, there's a numerous amount of directions they can go now. I'm so happy to finally see that the Pacific is confirmed for the Battlefield 5 Tides of War in Chapter 5, and I know I'm saying things weird, and it's probably not going to be edited great, and that's fine. I'm just so filled with absolute excitement over this news, and I cannot wait to experience it with you guys. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a comment down below, thumbs up, you know what to do. If you didn't, dislike, tell me why, or don't, I don't know. Whatever you want to do. You guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys on the battlefield.